Take us through what's happening on the bourse at the moment. Is it the big counters like EABL and Kenya Airways that's showing movement?
From what you're seeing, that actually the market is going down from the points indicated. Reason being is that many market indicators and many market analysts actually watching what's happening on the political scene. And apart from East African breweries, Kenya Commercial Bank, we're also looking at Safaricom, which actually on any given day has a huge significant role to play on how the market actually goes up or down. But currently, many investors, retail, local investors or foreign, actually holding back, trying to see how the political situation in this country is actually going to go. We're having the Mao issue that's really being very thorny. We're having what analysts and the media actually dubbing Kenya marching into a new dawn with the referendum and constitutional reforms. So these are the key issues that are actually going to determine how the market is going to be in the next quarter. How
do you expect that to affect market sentiments going forward, though?
From the basic indicators, and given that the government promised the stimulus package to the ailing economy, and the failed El Nino rains, the economic recovery of our Kenyan economy is actually, it's on the bedrocks, because we're hoping that the stimulus package will actually, be able to breathe in some life into the economy and see how things go in this coming quarter. But given the delay in the release of the funds, given the delay in the rain, which means that the basic sectors, agricultural, manufacturing, actually going to lag back by say 20%. Throwing in the political situation in the country, we're seeing that the market actually should be looking at the psychological level 3,000 or less than that in the coming quarter.
And which stocks are you keeping an eye on for this week?
We're looking at Cooperative Bank, which posted impressive results. We are looking at Housing Finance, whose results came out today indicating a 57% growth in profits, which has left many analysts really wondering why, because it's actually beaten all odds given how the economic situation has been in the country. We're looking at Safaricom with the way it's coming up with new products in the market on a single basis, daily, and then we're looking at Access Kenya.
Well, let's look at Co-op Bank's results. What is the strategy of this bank that's working currently?
Currently, from what we're seeing on the ground, is the bank is actually expanding its branch network. Secondly, it's actually bringing on board what we call other cooperative circles around the country that are not on its system, trying to bring the ordinary mwananchi onto board so that they can be able to bank with it. So basically increasing its customer deposits. We see it's also gotten into the equity market through Kingdom Securities. So we're able to see that different banks actually coming up with different strategies to be able to stay ahead, because it's the leading bank it's a leading indigenous bank in that it's supported by local businesses, local cooperative circle, local informal sector, whereby people are able to come together and pull their resources together. So Cooperative Bank has very strong fundamentals, and it's one of the key counters actually many analysts are looking at the moment.
Do you have a buy recommendation for the stock?
If I was an investor, I'll buy COP. It will actually be on my #1 list to buy. I'll look at equity as #2, and I'll look at Safaricom #3.
Housing Finance also came out with results. Pre-tax profit is up about 57%. How come?
It's actually interesting. I've been trying to look at the results, trying to analyze and see how the growth of the company has been in the last 9 months, basically the last 3 quarters. And now we see that the company is actually owned by 25% by Equity Bank. And trying to analyze the results, we see that despite how the economic situation has been in the country, we look at how the Kenyans have been looking at the providing residential housing solution to ordinary Kenyans. And what Housing Finance has actually done is able to come up with products that are actually tailor-made to fit ordinary pockets. Like, for example, they come up with a product, basically, if you don't have collateral, you're unable to raise the required deposit to be able to put up a house. You can use your pension, up to 60% of your pension, as a security for them to actually put up a house for you. They also have a product whereby you're able to, if you purchase a plot of land or an acre of land, they can develop the land. They can develop the piece of land for you, as the land being the collateral. So we're able to see that it's actually being able to come up with interesting, innovative products that are able to sell it to the market. And we see that they've actually been able to lend up to 13 billion shillings to the Kenyan residential market. And it's the only finance institution that's actually selling to the real estate industry. So its results are actually impressive, outdoing even what banks have been able to do in the last quarter.
Well, the results out of housing finance definitely will affect Equity Bank, considering it owns 25% of it. Take us through how it is going to affect equity.
Basically, we're able to see that, I mean, being an owner of 25% of a company is actually doing well with 7% increase. We're able to see that the profit margins and the growth, the bottom line for Equity Bank is actually going to improve, which in return will actually be able to boost its share price at the market, the stock market. And you're able to see that, you know, it just adds to one of the key fundamentals why Equity Bank is actually one of the main companies to be able to look at in this coming quarter.